GKN Warrior, a proven British success story. For more than 30 years, GKN Defence has been meeting the needs of the British Army and other armed forces overseas. Teamwork, research and rigorous testing mean the family of Warrior variants has set new standards in mobility and reliability. GKN was selected in 1977 as a prime contractor, and the MCV-80, later called Warrior, has been meeting and exceeding its targets. A complete family of vehicles produced for all weathers and terrains with combat availability, described by the British Gulf Forces commander as a great credit to British armour and to Warrior. In service with the Grenadier Guards, Warrior is now a key strategic vehicle for the British Armed Forces. Today, Warrior is playing a key role in NATO's Rapid Reaction Corps. Warrior's mobility is unrivaled. Its Perkins Rolls-Royce V8 engine accelerates Warrior from 0 to 50 kilometers per hour in less than 16 seconds, with a road speed of better than 75 kilometers per hour. Over rough terrain, this power, together with its unique advanced suspension, enables Warrior to exceed the speed of main battle tanks. A 4-speed automatic gearbox makes it both simple to drive and maintain. This was a key target of its design specification since its inception. The main production batches, totaling over 1,000 vehicles, were individually put to competitive tender, but GKN succeeded in gaining the entire production order. A new production facility was established at Hadley Castle Works, Telford, incorporating some of the most advanced techniques for aluminium armoured vehicle production. In 1988 saw the first production Warriors handed over in Germany to the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards.
This is Warrior, the new armoured combat vehicle that'll replace 432s in mechanised battalions from next year. 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards based at Munster are the first to be equipped with the new vehicle. And last week their Colonel-in-Chief, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, accepted the first on their behalf. A short ceremony at the manufacturer's plant at Telford preceded a demonstration of Warrior's capabilities. Made of armoured aluminium, it carries 10 men and all the equipment they need for a continuous 48 hours in the field. It also has a road speed of over 80 kilometers per hour and is armed with a 30mm Radin cannon and 7.62mm Hughes chain gun. Over 1,000 will come into service over the next 7 years, with armoured infantry battalions, Royal Artillery and REME.
Now in active service with the British Armed Forces, production was at its most concentrated, and Warrior was to receive acclaim at the Army exhibition at Rushmore Arena. In late 1989, as Warrior's fame spread, GKN Defence received another visitor.
Good Lord! We're moving! Oh!
I think I'll keep the last circle!
Right! What on earth's going on?
Looks like we are, Mr. Green.
What is this thing I'm driving?
It's a Warrior armoured personnel carrier.
Well, the only place I'm interested in being carried to is the chairman's office.
It's fun, though, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly different.
It's designed to carry 10 men into battle with their full gear on at speeds of up to 80 kilometres an hour.
You mean the GKN actually make these things?
Yes, of course. And we'll be doing so for the British Army well into the 1990s.
Ah, is this the only armoured vehicle you make?
No, we make the Saxon too, which also carries 10 men and can be used for internal security as well.
So defence is obviously an important part of the business then.
It certainly is. And we expect it to expand and develop. Right. You had enough fun now?
No, not really. But I suppose we better get back.
After all, we don't want to keep the chairman waiting. You managed that very well, Mr. Green.
Thank you very much indeed. There's lots of other gadgets down here, you know. I wonder what this does.
Come along, Mr. Green. We've still got a fair way to go yet.
Oh, yes, of course. Coming. Oh, that was the best bit so far.
By 1990, GKN's skilled workforce was now working to full capacity. The Remy recovery vehicle and trailer were also coming online. Thanks to its advanced design, the repair vehicle, together with its high mobility support trailer, can carry 2 replacement power packs for Warrior. With its 4.5 metre crane, this allows a 2-man crew to replace Warrior's power pack in just 1 hour. This recovery variant is also equipped with a twin capstan winch and a powerful earth anchor. Together they achieve a pull of 38 tons. Operation Granby in late 1990 and early 1991 typified the cooperation of GKN Defence and the British Armed Forces. In September 1990, the announcement of the 7th Armoured Brigade's departure for the Gulf, including the Warrior-equipped 1st Battalion, the Staffordshire Regiment, involved all parts of the company. Warrior's programme involved procurement of around 3,000 components and sub-assemblies from around 600 direct suppliers for production and spares contracts. Spares contracts were accelerated with the Warrior production line being pressed into service for some urgently needed components. Many employees and suppliers worked long hours through Christmas 1990 to meet and better the required delivery targets. GKN played a vital role during the conflict, both in Germany prior to deployment and in Saudi Arabia, based mainly at Al Jubail. GKN-led support teams were on hand to support Warrior users, assisting in dockside inspections. GKN Defence, together with Perkins Engines, supported Remy in the establishment of a deep second-line repair facility constructed in a temporary shelter outside Al Jubail in less than 3 weeks over the Christmas of 1990. This major task provided the capability to rebuild engines in theatre, saving up to 9 weeks that would have been needed to return them to the UK.
But this is how British infantry go to war in the 1990s. Cocooned inside each Warrior armoured personnel carrier, 7 infantrymen, ferried through the battlefield until they're ready to meet the enemy face to face. Warrior is designed to deliver infantry swiftly to where they're needed. Its 30mm Radin cannon can provide covering fire. But soldiers must overcome the disorientating effect of spending up to 36 hours entombed inside their vehicle.
You're totally blank to the world. You're devoid of all sort of outside view. The only view we've got of the world is everything that will pass through the rear view window there. So I have to constantly press the vehicle commander for information of the ground that we're going across and the ground that we're going to. Because if we don't, we're going on the ground totally blind and we can't obviously know what's there or anything like that.
Inside each warrior, family photographs, reminders of home that will be carried into battle. This form of transport is not recommended for anyone suffering from claustrophobia, but the warrior can make its way through a battlefield, surviving anything but a direct hit from the Iraqis' biggest guns. It's also reassuring for the one-time foot soldiers to know that inside the controlled atmosphere of the warrior, they're safe from Iraq's chemical weapons.
By the 24th of February 1991, when the land battle to liberate Kuwait commenced, over 300 warriors were in theatre, as was a GKN-led support team. Manned by the 1st Battalion, the Royal Scots, 3rd Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, and the 1st Battalion, the Staffordshire Regiment, warriors were in the front line of the offensive, penetrating deep into Iraq and into Kuwait. Warriors' reliability was vividly demonstrated during Operation Desert Storm, where it achieved an astonishing vehicle availability of over 95%. With all 69 warriors still in service, having travelled 300 kilometres in 96 hours, Lieutenant Colonel Rogers, commanding officer of the 1st Staffords, wrote that you can be justifiably proud of producing a very fine fighting vehicle that has now proved itself. In March of 1991, the workforce raised £750 for SAFA. In September 1991, after the Gulf War, the regimental band and soldiers from the Staffords showed their appreciation to the workforce at Telford.
We're extremely grateful to the Staffords under Major Rochelle for coming along here today, and to the bandmaster and the band under Bob Meldrum, the bandmaster, for taking the time off on the very busy schedule of their own while they're in this country to come and play to us. As a small token of our appreciation, we've made a special small warrior for you, and we'd like you to take this from us and keep it in the regimental mess. Thanks very much for coming. Thank you very much indeed.
And then to say a few words in particular appreciation for what you did for us whilst we were in the Gulf. You've got about 50 soldiers here today, the majority of whom did serve in the Gulf, most of them with my company, C Company 1 Staffords. They're spread out amongst you, and most of them are warrior drivers, gunners or commanders. So they know what your vehicle's like, and we'll say some more about that a little bit later on. We also have some of our REME technicians who did have a little bit of work to do out in the Gulf. And then of course we have the band and drums. You may wish to know, and if you don't I shall tell you anyway, but these guys at the front, they look very good on parade, they play the drums very well, but they're also trained soldiers. And they were all split up amongst the rifle companies of 1 Staffords to provide additional machine gun support whilst we were in the Gulf. And on G-Day, at the start of the ground offensive, we had something like almost 200 armoured vehicles in the battle group. The vast majority of those were warriors, and when we finished on G+4, they were all there with us. And in fact, we gained one because one was shot. It kept soldiering on, but we got a replacement for it too. But over 5 days, we covered in excess of 350 kilometres at some fair old speed over some fairly difficult terrain, and there were a few Iraqis on the way as well. So you can be justifiably proud of your contribution to Op Granby, and we are very thankful for your contribution to us.
Later that year, together with its US partner Delco Systems, Trials were carried out with Desert Warrior, now fitted with a TOW anti-tank missile launcher and the Bushmaster 25mm stabilized belt-fed cannon, effective against both ground and air targets. In December of the same year, a Kuwaiti delegation visited the production plant and assembly line. In August 1992, competitive trials against the American Bradley armored fighting vehicle were carried out in Kuwait. And in 1993, GKN Defense was awarded the contract for the production of 254 Desert Warriors for the Kuwait Land Force. In 1992, Warrior was deployed to Bosnia on UN protection duties with 1 Cheshire Group and continues to receive praise from subsequent British units who serve in Bosnia.
The fire warned of approaching danger. In the rubble across the road, his Warrior armoured vehicle had detonated a landmine. Anti-personnel mines were also strewn in the debris. The colonel attempted to pick a safe path out for his men. It needed keen eyesight and a strong nerve, and snipers were in the surrounding hills. The mere threat of the Warrior's gun turning on the sniper's position, though, stopped the incoming fire. It allowed the colonel enough time to find a way out and take control of the recovery of his vehicle and his men.
Small arms fire from the hill, whether that was designed to stop us going forward or not, I don't know. Unfortunately,
the Warrior was pulled free. There were no injuries, but the British UN troops are always in danger here.
During the same period, the factory was also undergoing upgrading to meet the production and design requirements for Desert Warrior. Newly fitted with advanced applique armor, Desert Warrior underwent rigorous testing in the Nevada desert and once again matched and exceeded specifications with ease. Desert Warrior was officially handed over to the Kuwait Land Forces in mid-1995.
This version of Warrior for your memories of the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
I'm sure the Kuwait Land Force, great service, great capability, and defend our country. And thank you for your participation in the success.
After the official handover in Kuwait, GKN defense teams were on hand with training and support for Warrior's new operators.
Desert Warrior is one of the world's most advanced armoured infantry fighting vehicles. It's a powerful and versatile machine which you can depend on in battle. But to ensure this dependability, Desert Warrior must be maintained properly and serviced regularly.
Warrior has played a vital role with the various British peacekeeping forces in Bosnia.
3-1 Charlie, 3-3 Charlie. Bring your call sign and remainder of mine. Right flank in up level with smoke over.
With I-4 and S-4, Warrior has shown itself to be more than capable in a very difficult theatre of operations, providing high mobility, reliability, firepower and protection second to none. The 23rd of February 1995 saw the handover of the 789th Warrior for the British Army, the last of the current UK order. During March 1996, Desert Warrior was demonstrated in Dubai. The team from GKN worked closely with soldiers from the Dubai Army, practicing track maintenance. The team carried out both day and night firing of the Bushmaster cannon and a TOW missile system. In mid-1996, the Warrior reconnaissance vehicle was developed and successfully road tested at Myra. Suspension testing was carried out at Herne near Christchurch in Dorset. The reconnaissance vehicle made its first public appearance at the Chertsey exhibition, complete with the Integrated Battlefield Information System, IBIS, and in its new all-black livery. The Warrior reconnaissance vehicle now boasts extra high-technology surveillance, radar and thermal imaging facilities, as befits the most advanced fighting vehicles. In June of 1996, the Desert Warrior assembly line was visited by General Ali Mouman from Kuwait to see the 100th Desert Warrior come off the production line. Further presentations have been held in the Middle East and here in Abu Dhabi at IDEX, the International Defence Equipment Exhibition. The changing face of defence procurement with the ending of the Cold War and the transformation in Eastern Europe has compelled the armed forces of the world to rethink their priorities. And despite Warrior's proven success, the trimming of defence budgets means that at this moment further orders for Warrior are awaited. Since 1987, Warrior has consistently outperformed the best on active service or on peacekeeping initiatives. Proven British design, technology, workmanship and cooperation have created a family of vehicles known to and used by the world. British Army Warriors, Desert Warrior, Warrior Repair and Recovery and Warrior variants are all still in service, all still performing their roles. After the Gulf conflict, Lieutenant Colonel Ian Johnston of the 1st Battalion, the Royal Scots, wrote of Warrior, "With the guidance from your engineers, when we arrived in the Gulf at the end of last year, we produced astonishing availability figures. Even though we had massive spares backup, the soldiers had immense confidence in the system, and we used Warrior to devastating effect." Warrior, a proven success.